The Union Budget 2025 is anticipated to prioritize infrastructure-led sectors, particularly roads. While the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways has shown significant growth in recent years, certain challenges remain this year, such as project delay on revised cost of the Bharatmala project and capex shortfalls. Let's delve into the key expectations from this Union Budget 2025 and recent developments that one should keep a track of. The government's capex target for FY25 was Rs 11.1 lakh crore as per ICRA's expectations. The FY25 number would stand at Rs 9.7 lakh crore, missing this year's target by 13% and clocking in a growth of 2.4% on a year-on-year basis. The view, therefore, is that FY26 capital expenditure target will be set at Rs 11 lakh crore, similar to the FY25 target, which would thus lead to a 12 to 13% of an expansion over the previous year. With this growth case scenario in mind, the expectation is for a higher allocation towards infrastructure-led sectors like roads and highways. Do note that the road sector capex in the FY25 budget was up 3% to Rs 2.72 lakh crore as compared to previous three fiscals in which we had witnessed a whopping 29 to 82% of a growth. In fact, of this budgetary support for NHAI, that's National Highways Authority of India, registered merely a 0.65% growth in the last budget as compared to 18% and 148% growth in the previous two fiscals. This again reinforces the government's stance of a more cautious approach on not intending to increase NHAI's debt. It is to be noted that the NHAI could not award any projects in the first quarter due to the restrictions on awarding imposed in the wake of the Model Code of Conduct ahead of the general elections. The NHAI hence started awarding projects only July 24 onwards. Thus, higher allocation is something we need to closely track for this upcoming budget. Higher focus on developing individual corridors is the second expectation we can track. In FY25, the Cabinet approved 8 high-speed road corridor projects spanning 936 km with a total capital cost of 50,655 crore. The length of national high-speed corridors has increased from 93 km in 2014 to 2,474 km at present. According to media reports, government plans 5 to 6% hike in highway budget for FY26, aiming to reboot infrastructure development after subdued performance in FY25. Now, coming to the key highlights of not just this year, but past decade, let's see what has happened. National highway network length rose 60% from 91,287 km in March 2014 versus 1.46 lakh km. 4-lane and above NH network expanded from 18,278 km in 2014 to 45,947 km. Length of national high-speed corridors increased from 93 km in 2014 to 2,474 km. On to performance in FY25 and other key highlights. Road awarding has remained tepid in FY25 owing to delays in approval for revised cost of the Bharatmala project. Construction of NHAI stood at 5,853 km till December 24 versus 12,349 km in FY24. Construction stood at 21.28 km per day till December 24 versus 33.83 km per day in FY24. Awarding stood at 3,100 km versus 8,581 km in FY24. At present, works in about 12,500 km NH length are under construction under national highways. This also includes Bharatmala projects under which 26,425 km has been awarded and 18,926 km has been completed till November 24. So that was the roundup on the infrastructure sector. Let's wait and watch if these expectations turn out to be a reality in the upcoming budget.